Hello, welcome to Iceland. I know it's been kind of difficult for me to do more narrative videos because the wind has been kind of wild out here. Every time I seem to stop at some of these amazing places to hike and stuff, it's so brutal that I could, it's all I can do to even hold the camera straight sometimes. But I am sitting in a little garden being serenaded by the ducks flying above at a horse farm that is on the north side. It's called Brunir horses, and or Brunir, I'm not sure how they pronounce it. And it's a lovely area. There's actually trees. I mean, they're not a whole lot, and they're not like massive, but there's at least some nature up here, and that's nice, because on the south side there's not really a lot of trees. So it was nice to get on the north side and actually see like a version of a forest, basically. So yeah, the wind is a little bit calmer today, and I'm hoping I'll kind of play this back and see if you can actually hear me, or if the sound of the wind is too much again. But I just wanted to take a moment and thank those of you that are watching me as I travel around. It's been every time I do something like this, it's challenging. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And it's hard for me to even concentrate because I know I'm in mission mode. And when I'm in mission mode, it's like I spend a lot less time in 3D and more time in 5D. And the reason I do that is because I'm constantly dealing with the energy that I'm picking up on around me. And it doesn't mean like just the energy in 30 feet from me. My spirit guides have attuned me to this entire island, and so I feel whatever it is everywhere I go that needs some type of healing, some type of clearing. And I never know what I'm driving into exactly. Sometimes whatever I'm driving into might be emotional, that is linked back to hundreds of thousands of years. Sometimes I'm dealing with trauma that is recent, that's heavy, in the place that I'm at. When I go to the lighthouses, it's looking for restoration in the land and the water that's around the lighthouses. So, yeah, when I say challenge, it's just because I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know what I'm about to face. I've told some of my friends that it's like I was petting the horses. I was like, wait a minute, did I? Like, why does it smell like horse? Anyway, but I was telling some of my friends that I feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants because I don't have an agenda other than to drive. I leave it completely up to what my guides are asking me to do. And you might be, wondering, well, how do I do that? They just tell me where to go. Like, I'll get up and just ask them where they want my energy that day. They might tell me to get in the car and go somewhere, or they will tell me to stay put and walk around. Or sometimes they tell me that so I'm gonna fly. Sometimes they may tell me that I need to refuel that day, and not to go anywhere. So what that does is it makes this journey extremely unique and definitely interesting. I'll give you an example. So yesterday I was driving and I saw a sign that has a picnic table, I think, and a tree on it. But it's a sign that's like picnic area. And I'm like on the highway, you know what I mean? And I see this sign that says picnic area, and it's like a gravel road, and it's just kind of a small gravel road, but I'm like, well, let's see why it's a picnic area. You know, what makes this one place off the side of the highway so special? And I pull over and it starts snowing. And I walk up, there's like a little path, and I walk on this path and I hear a voice of a man go, "What are you doing here?" And this has happened a couple times already since I've been here, but this is an old, I could tell it's an older man, and he's like, you know, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm here to help the planet." I'm here to clear the land and the water and bring love back in. And he's like making my head hurt. Like I could feel it really heavy in my head. And it's like if somebody were to put a big helmet on you and then give you a headache on top of that. It's not pleasant. And I'm like, "Did you die of head trauma?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "How long have you been here?" And so here's the thing. When a spirit does not choose to cross over and go into the light when they first die, they become what you call earthbound. And then you have to wait for a gatekeeper to open up a portal to cross again later. And so an earthbound is someone that has died, and their spirit is basically wandering the earth in the same 3D, 4D consciousness, unaware of really getting anywhere. And so this guy has been, I could tell he had been there for a while, and it ends up that he's been earthbound, hanging out in this area for 68 years. That's a long time. So I had a conversation with him, and I was like, "You really need to cross over." I'm like, "This planet is raising into 5D consciousness, and nobody's gonna stay. Everybody's gonna end up going back to the light, which is where we all came from, so it's where we want to go back to." And I explained all of that to him, and he was ready to go. So he finally crossed over after 68 years. I was just like, oh my gosh. And of course, once he crossed, the headache, it was all gone. Everything left, and everything went back to normal. And then I continue down the path, and it just opened up into this amazing canyon. And like a creek was running through, and then there was a bridge down there. It was beautiful. I have a video on there, and you'll be able to see it. But I was just like, wow. So I just never know where I'm going. I never know what I'm doing. I never know who I'm going to help. And that's the part that makes this an adventure. It's a part that makes it a journey, an unplanned journey. And I came out here because I was asked to do some very specific portals for the planet, for allowing this love and light and feminine energy to come back onto the planet. And I'm so thrilled that my spirit guides were like, you should share this, you know, with people and let them know what you're doing, because the planet doesn't pay me to do this. I mean, I am literally taking off from everything that I do to come up here and do it. And I do it because I just know that they will take care of me. They will. And they, you know, did suggest that I open it up and just ask for donations, because, you know, $5 is $5, $10 is $10, $100 is $100. It all helps and allows me to do this kind of work that I just feel is my mission. So those of you that are contributing and doing that, thank you so much, because it is helping me to make this trip possible. And if you know anyone else that might enjoy some of the videos that I'm doing and to be able to see the places that I'm going, please forward the emails that I'm sending you along to them, because it doesn't matter whether I know them or not. If I have their email and they make a donation, then I'm going to add them to the list, and then you can click into that playlist and you should be able to see all the videos that I'm uploading. I don't know, I'm really excited to be able to share it, because last time I was here in 2018, I just did the trip. I wasn't really sharing it with anybody other than, you know, my friends that knew that I was here, and this time it's just different. It's nice to be able to kind of come out of hiding and go, you know, this is what I do. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. You can ask some of my dearest friends how often I tell them I am crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this. But when my spirit guides are so right there, I know what they're telling me, and I'm not making it up. I'm like, I can't make this stuff up. So I'm not that good. So anyway, all right. Well, so that's just a little bit more about, you know, why I'm here and what I'm doing. And I have more to go. I did complete one of the missions that they had for me. They wanted me to kind of do that like right off the bat, because it was up here in the north side and the snow is actually predicted to start tomorrow. And I'm like, please don't. Please let me get back down, you know, out of the mountain before it really sets in. So we'll see. And yeah, and then there's just a whole lot more they want me to do, you know, things that the specific things that I knew they wanted me to do. There's a whole lot of little things that they're having me do as well. So we'll see what's next. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so if you haven't watched any of the videos, go click onto the link, go into the YouTube channel, look under the Iceland Adventures, and I know I have, I think, like 11 videos in there right now. Yeah, thanks everybody. Love you guys. Bye.